Good morning, you guys. Alright, today is Thursday morning, the 10th of October. We just got on southbound 605 freeway from the 10 in LA County. Come on, get your speed up. Alright, cool. Yeah, I don't need your help. And you're not going to the same place that I'm going to right now anyway. Okay. So, we're on our way to Vernon, California. Right there, real close to downtown LA. Gonna be picking up a load of GT's Living Foods this morning. It's got like three or four different locations, GT's locations in the area, in that area, but we're going to the main one that we normally go to on Bandini Boulevard, 4415 Bandini Boulevard. Before we go there, though, I need to get a scale ticket. It's actually a requirement by that shipper. You have to have a scale ticket, preferably a printed one. And so, given that, actually, this is perfect because I need to get on the 60 West anyway. Alright, so I got through making a delivery earlier this morning at Ralph's and Kroger Distribution Center in Riverside. Now, here's where one of our topics today will come into play. The Inland Empire area, as we call them, Pilot and Flying J truck stops particularly. There are several. There's a particular, there are generally reasons why I favor a particular one. That would be the one in Bloomington on Cedar Avenue. Let me get to make this transition here first and then we'll continue. Alright, so now you got that one. You have another one in Colton, just on the east side, just east of the 215 and 10 interchange. Used to be known as the Royal Truck Stop, but it's now Pilot. And then you also got one in Fontana on Slover Avenue. And then you have another one in Harupa, right there, I guess at the corner of, what is that, Edawanda and Riverside, or Von Buren, whatever you want to call that street, I guess. Okay, so I needed to get reefer fuel and truck washout. And a trailer washout. Alright, so my first thought when I was leaving the Ralph's DC, this guy, he's only doing 53. I'm like, I can tell he's going slower than me. I was thinking about stopping at the Flying J over in Harupa. And then, there's a couple of washout options. They're normal hours. One would be the truck tub right there, practically catty corner from that same Flying J. But wait, it's not open until 6 a.m. And you guys see it's not even 4 a.m. yet. I made the delivery. I had a 1 a.m. appointment in Riverside. I was out of there by around 2:15ish. A pretty quick delivery, and I don't pick this load up until 10, technically not 11, until 11, because GTs, they usually set their appointment times an hour before when they're actually due. I guess they do that. From what I've been told by them in the past is they do that because it helps make sure drivers actually show up on time. So the drivers. What are we making noises for, camera? Maybe I'm making enough noise where it thinks I'm like emergency stuff or something. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway. Oh god, that thing threw me off my track now. So yeah, truck tub wasn't an option. Now I want to get out here early because if I wait, gonna have traffic delays, and I'm not into doing that. If I don't need to sit here and deal with traffic delays, I'm not gonna do it. and I already got my 14 running down anyway. So I want to get over here early. If I'm in a position, hey, I can always just, if it ends up being because it could be a live load or drop and hook for us. And if it is alive, they'll just tell me go around the corner, go around to I think it's 26th Street, and park and wait for them to call it or whatever, or check back in later or something. But at least then I can say, all right, now I got the valid reason to use personal conveyance because I already showed up at the shipper and they told me come back. And then by doing that, I can also make a longer split than what I already did at my house earlier last night. Anyway, so going back to the topics of those truck stops. Flying J in Harupa anyway is a shit show. It's always a shit show. I hate. I don't even like dealing with the streets over in that area. Just too much of a cluster. And then, okay, with the washouts, like I said, truck tub was closed. There's 2 truck washes here in Vernon, right down the street from the shipper. We're actually going to go right by the intersection, real close to where they're at. Problem is, one of those is not, and we even have a contract at one of those, Don's, I think it's called Don's Truck Stop and Wash, or whatever it's called, on Bandini Boulevard. Yeah, we have a contract with them, but they're not open till I think like 7 or 8 this morning. And there's another one down the street, like a short distance, like within walking distance of that one. I don't know their actual hours though. I've been known to get washouts there. They're not. That's not a bad price either, but I didn't want to take a chance because I want to get over here early and then get stopped as soon as I can, so I can work on stopping my clock as soon as I can as well. With the intent being, I'm going to ideally, hopefully, be able to finish my shift at my house. All right, so now we got the other truck stop options over there. Fontana. Okay, I don't mind that one so much. It's a little on the small side. As far as I'm just there to get reefer fuel only. Alright, not a big deal at all. Problem is trying to get back out of there. Alright, so when you come up, when you're coming out of there to get back on the Slover Avenue, they want trucks to stop and wait short of where the cars come into the 4-wheeler side of the lot. But, I mean, because if you go all the way up to the crosswalk or limit line, whatever, the cars can't get into their side of the parking line. Because they have to come in through the same driveway that trucks do. So they want you back, but problem is that damn light there, the traffic light there at that intersection, doesn't like to turn green for trucks trying to leave. Unless you're trying to make a right turn and it's like a right on red. Oh yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and see you now. But if you're trying to make a left out of there, my experience, you'll end up sitting there waiting forever, until it finally decides it wants to let you go. So I avoid that. And all right, so the World Truck Stop, as far as from Riverside to Vernon, it's just a little bit out of the way. I didn't want to go that way, so we get slid over here. We're going to get on the 710 south here in a minute. Then we're going to end up getting off at Washington Boulevard. Now, the shipper's on Bandini, but I need to get my scale ticket. And this is why I got reefer fuel at the Pilot in Bloomington this morning. There's a cat scale right there. But here's the problem. Overall, if it's daytime, that Pilot is my preferred out of all the Pilots in the San Bernardino Valley. But at night, when you get all these trucks parking illegally to, or make up your own parking there, you can't maneuver for shit over there. Like if I came out of the fuel island and I need to get onto the scale, couldn't do it. Even if I was all the way over to the right. There's trucks parked illegally next to the, it was hard enough to even get into the fuel island with the trucks who were parked over there. And then coming out of there, you can't make the turn there in either direction there, because if you make the left to go around the side of the Catskill, there was I think an oversized truck or something over there, a flatbedder, if I remember. I want to say it was an oversized, not wide load, but oversized. He was, I couldn't make the turn, couldn't make a wide enough turn there. And there's no way to make that turn without my tandems, even in the California setting, going over the raised part of the ramp there on the departure end of the Catskill. And if I made a right turn, there was a truck parked right there along the curb on basically where that island is at. So, and even if I'd stayed all the way to the left, I don't think I would have been able to make that right turn either without hitting the back of that guy's trailer. So, yeah. And then I needed to get on the Catskill, but I couldn't because, there wasn't enough room to turn around. I could come out that driveway and come back in the other one or whatever. I was going to have to maneuver around and stuff. It was just, fuck this. I'm not even gonna try. I just said, screw it. I'm just gonna go ahead and go somewhere else to get my Catskill ticket. And speaking of this shipper, if you're coming to this shipper and you get, when you do your Catskill, your empty weight, the ticket has to be dated the same day as your pickup. Don't think you're going to go to the truck stops in Ontario, the TA or Petro, the night before and then get an empty scale ticket there and then go park your rig and then, the next morning come over here and, do your thing. Because they'll look at the scale ticket and they'll see that you did it the previous day. Doesn't matter if it's the same trailer and everything, even if it's common sense, they will reject it. So yeah, make absolutely sure your scale ticket is the same day as your pickup. Okay, now normally I'd be getting off at Bernardino Boulevard, which is the next exit down, but we're going to get off at Washington because this is where the Catskill is. And this is where I'm also going to scale with my scale out as well when after I get through loading. Okay, we're going to need to hog both lanes because I'm not in the business of running my tandems up onto stuff. Alright, 2 right turn lanes. I'm going to need the outer one. Gotta watch this car though. Okay, so alright, so that kind of sums up, I guess, the issue with the Pilot Flying J's in the San Bernardino Valley, San Bernardino Riverside area. Okay, for those of you guys who aren't from California, generally the whole San Bernardino, Riverside, like western Riverside County and the San Bernardino Valley area, that collectively we call the Inland Empire. Basically everything south of the mountains. It's everything south of the San Bernardino Mountains. I call it the Angeles National Forest. But I always get them mixed up too. Even living there I do. But alright, so I think that covers that part. We're half a mile away. It'll be not this light, but the next one. The one that's turning yellow. Oh, never mind, they're both yellow now. The further one that's already red. What is this? I don't know what that is. I don't want to run it over. Like someone had themselves a mishap or something. Alright, and there was something else I was also gonna talk about here. Let me think about it. Might have to wait till we get to the Catskill, because I have a notepad that has all the topics that I'm going to talk about that are in queue to talk about. But just at the moment, I'm brain farting on it. Actually, I think it's relevant to this load too. All right, so this is Indiana Street right here. Gonna make a left here and then kind of spiral our way over to the Catskill. I think this place is open 24/7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I forget though. All right. Okay, so right here up against this building is the scale. You got to enter it from the other side, though. Wait for this guy to make his turn. Then while we're also here, I can also find out if because I haven't looked at my load assignment yet. I know for a fact it's going to 4415 Bandini Boulevard location, but that's about it. I'm so familiar with the place. That's all I really needed to know. But I gotta find out if the live load unload code is coded as live or drop and hook. Because if it's live, I'm gonna probably have to plan on just get over there, send my arrival call, and then PC to nearby spot to wait. Make sure this. Yeah, I want to make sure my tandem's ready to get onto the scale plates. Alright guys, you see that I'm just shy of 34,000 pounds right now. That's with right at about 5/8 fuel. Okay, we'll circle around. Yeah, I do have the digital version of that in my email now, but like I said, the shipper needs a copy. And it's a lot easier. I've already tried doing it the digital way with them before, and it's more hassle than it's worth. I'd rather just, because either way they're going to want paper version of it. But and so it's easier to just go ahead and get the paper copy here. Don't try to take digital over there and try to deal with that crap. It's going to make someone's head explode. let's come up over here to the fuel island and I'll run in, get the ticket, and figure out what that other topic was that that should be fairly quick, if I recall, that we can talk about between here and the shipper. Alright guys, so I went ahead and took a look at the load info, and it's coded as a live load, so I won't be able to check in until later on. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get over there and I can send it the arrival call, and then just wait, and then I can just PC back over when it's time to go check in. Alright, so as you see there on the map, there are two options there. You can either go back down to the 710, get on the 710, and the very first exit there is Bandini Boulevard. Or you can come this way like I'm doing. I'm going to come down here to Downey Avenue, make a left, and then get on the other side of the railroad tracks, and then make a left onto Bandini, and then on the left side will be GTs. Now I'm going to turn on a side street right before we get to GTs. If I find room to park on that side street right there, I'm going to go ahead and do it there. If not, the parallel street to Bandini, it's I think 26th or 27th Street, whatever it's called there. It's a numbered street. It's a 20-something numbered street. You can also park there if you can find parking, or on the next side street over to the perpendicular street to the east of GTs. That's also usually any of those three streets. There's usually somewhere available to park. Hopefully. If not, you can also take, well, again, there you might not find parking, but if you go down Bandini, the next major north-south street west of Downey Avenue is Soto. Right there at the southwest corner of Soto is a McDonald's, and that McDonald's has truck parking. You have to go south on Soto from Bandini, and then make a right onto the lot for, what is that over there? I forget. There's a shipper over there. You're gonna think that you're going into their lot, and so if you go straight ahead, you end up in that shipper's lot. That's a meat shipper of some sort. That's what I'm thinking of. I can't remember if it's Tyson or Farmer John or something else, but you make a right turn right before you get to their entrance, and you go down that alleyway there, and then there's slanted trucks parking right there on the west side of McDonald's building. I know you're gonna stop because I got a green arrow and I'm watching you. Like, I don't know if he had plans on not stopping, but it's like, a truck coming in across his path, they'll definitely get him to stop usually. Alright, so what I was going to talk about here was related to when you're trucking and you're in a dock, you show up, whatever. You're waiting for a dock door, or maybe you're even in a dock door, and you're sitting there for a while. You watch other trucks coming in, and they do their thing. They load or unload, and then they leave while you're still sitting there. Okay, that's something that I've seen drivers complain about. I actually just saw someone from our company complaining about that recently, and just so happens so So last vlog I did from here in Vernon was at the GT's Living Foods over on Distribution Road. District Road, or whatever that street's called. Whatever the one is just on the south side of the, what's that, the LA River? Or, yeah, I think it might be the LA River, whatever that aqueduct thing is, canal. And just east of Atlantic Boulevard. That same exact location, I had one situation in the past where I was picking up from there. And, you know, and I get checked in, and they, you know, and I end up getting a dock door. Okay, the two truck wash facilities, if you turn right, they're right down the street there on the left side. Okay, so it just so happened I had one of those situations. I show up, I show up, they give me a dock door. They started loading, if I remember right, they started loading me, didn't take that long, if I remember right, but they only loaded like half my trailer. And then all of a sudden it stopped. I'm like, what? Okay. I was like, I figured, oh yeah, sooner or later they'll either come out and give me my bills or something, I don't know. But nothing ever happened. They never called me. They never brought bills to me or whatever. I started wondering, and then I got to eventually where I'm the only one even in the dock door. I think they might have had a couple of their own drop trailers in the doors, but I was the only OTR truck there at all, or a tractor of any kind there. So I was like getting concerned because I had something like this happen once in New York, in Hunts Point, New York City area. Oh, there are a bunch of trucks parked over here on Bernardino too. Okay, so this street up here where the light's at, I'm going to turn left. Because technically I don't think we're really supposed to be parked where these guys are at this hour. So anyway though, yeah, I get out of my truck and start like trying to, because you can't get into the building. So I'm trying to get somebody to, hey, what's going on here? Like, did you guys forget about me or something? Or I had no idea. You took a wonderful place to freaking stop there, dude. Alright. I'm hoping we'll find a spot over here. There's a shipper over here on the right side, right before 26, that I will often try to park at. Ah, shit. Damn it. Fucking idiot. That guy probably works for GT's Living Foods, too. I bet you. Okay, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to park over here. Because there's something right there. I think there's a driveway right there behind that bobtail. Yeah, or it's the railroad tracks. Actually, I don't know. I might be able to park in front of this truck. Yeah, I think I can park right here, right in front of him. When did they put this no stopping anytime crap here? I don't clearly remember that sign being there before. You know what? I should, yeah. Just hope I don't get a parking ticket for, but I doubt they'll bother me, but you never know. Okay, I gotta. Screw it. Okay, yeah, I can always back up and get a little further away once that other guy leaves. Okay, So I'll finish telling my story there. There's, I can't get a hold of anybody, and then finally some guy like, yeah, here, they're, oh, yeah, like I can't remember, but they weren't leaving, like, what happened in Hunts Point. So I just, all right, whatever. I said, yeah, they'll come out to you, whatever. I'm like, okay, well, I've already been here for like 3 or 4 hours. How come nothing's happening yet? And all the other trucks that were there had already left. And then next thing I know, about an hour later, a bunch of other trucks started showing up. They all start docking in. They all start leaving. I'm like, and I'm still here. What the hell's going on? And then around the same time, right after most of those other trucks started leaving, I started noticing they were going in and out of my trailer again. So I clicked on right then and there. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here now. They didn't have all my product. They were waiting on it to show up, and some of the product that was needed for my load was in these other trailers of the other trucks that showed up while I was already there waiting. So that kind of thing can happen sometimes. Or I had another one. Remember at JBS in Cactus, Texas. I ended up running into a fellow JCT driver there who I knew. Some of you guys, if you guys who are former JCT drivers might remember her, Stephanie. Well, she and I were both picking up from there at JBS at the same time. She was there earlier. I think, I'd gotten up there as soon as I could after delivering in Plainview, Texas. And I get up there, and turns out she had the same pickup time. Or no, her pickup time was the day before, I think. But her load, a nice illegal U-turn, dude. And then you got that pickup right there on top. Wow. Wow. How stupid can you be? Anyway, she was still there when I showed up that next afternoon, and I think her drop dead time was the previous evening at some point in time. So she was like way late. But now my drop dead time wasn't until that same evening that I was there. Like I was actually there before my drop dead time, and if I recall, we were both going to the same place, and we both were picking up beef loads. Yeah, I get checked in. Yeah, my load was ready to go right away, but hers, even though hers was dropping dead the previous day, still wasn't ready. She was still sitting there waiting even after I had already picked up my load and left. And so I was like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong with this picture here? Why is she not picking her load up first? So it turned out, in that case, I think it was just a different, from my understanding, her load in particular was basically getting delivered from a different farm, because they'll bring the live cows in from and they have certain specs that they're coming in with, like heifers or bulls or whatever, and they might have like different standards on how they're fed and all this kind of stuff. And her load just happened to be a different spec load than mine. And whoever was delivering her load so they could actually kill the cows and put in her trailer hadn't shown up yet. But mine, the driver had already brought the load in, and they'd already, so they had, they were, the drivers, whatever it is, they were able to load mine early or on time, whatever. So I got in and out of there. But without that information, we're kind of left to assume and like wonder, like, what the hell's wrong with this picture here? You'd think there's really some screwed up shit going on there, but in reality, it's like, it's a supply chain. There's don't make assumptions, all right, guys? You don't know what's going on there. Don't make up your own assumptions about how screwed up people are, or I'm hoping that thing's not shut off. All right, it's still on. Yeah, so, because, any number of valid reasons could exist that are, that could explain why things are being taking place like that. Anyway, I don't want to, this is going to be probably longer than I was expecting video, and we haven't even gotten to the shipper yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just shut up, and we'll go ahead and continue this when it's time to check in. Alright guys, we are ready to check in now as soon as I can ever get moving here. Alright. So I got a message from my DM. I guess sound like, I don't know if it almost sounded like the customer was concerned about me showing up on time because I hadn't checked in yet. I'm like, yeah, I know, because every time I come here in the past, literally every other time I've been here, my appointment time that I have on my load assignment is always 1 hour sooner than what my actual appointment time is, and if I show up any sooner than what's on my load assignment, they'll just tell me to go park down the street and come back. So what's the point? It's 9:53 right now. We got a 10 a.m. appointment time. Supposedly 10 o'clock. But, alright. We're just going to make this right turn once we're able to. And short distance down here. Okay. Alright, so about right where that red car is at, up and parked up here, is where we're going to turn. Can I get up here before Scooter Man gets up here? Damn it. Yeah, just I think we're going to complicate each other though. Okay, we're clear there. I need that still. Need my pickup info. So we're going to stop here real quick, check in with this guy, and then go around the corner. There'll be another guard shack over there. Yeah, picking up.
Do me a favor and pull one of these out to me, please. And wait for them. I'm going to take it back here for this next thing.
Okay.
You're going to keep that.
So I figured, yeah, check it, yeah. I've been here many times.
You're going to give it to the security.
He didn't. I'm not really sure why he didn't just tell me to go around the curve in the first place. Like, yeah, I've been here many times, and no stranger to how they do things. So we're gonna come over here to the left side. And come straight up to where the guard shack's at and check in with them. Shipping office will be right there on the other side of that wall there. The other side of that gate there. We'll end up docking in first, and then we'll check in at the office. Okay, we're gonna dock into door 13. I'm not gonna be able to get to it until Leonard's moves though. And it looks like Leonard's is sliding his tandems right now. Okay, and we see a JCT drop trailer there, so we do still do dropping hooks here. Yeah, definitely gonna need him to move first. It's one of the things that always sucks about here is there are always people walking between the warehouse and their cars, or even riding bikes and stuff, and it's always a pain trying to get to your dock door because of that. And if there are 2 rows of drop trailers, it can also be pretty difficult if you don't know. If you don't have good setup and backing habits. I've never had any problems hitting the dock door without any with these here, but I watched the guy here with 4 million miles struggle for 15 minutes. I could tell he knew what he was doing, but his strategy sucked. Might be a little late chasing the trailer, but that's all right. The most important thing is get the tandems where I need them first, and the trailer pointed in the right direction as well. Don't worry about the tractor until the trailer is in there safely first. So I don't have any qualms at all with having to do these kind of pull-ups right here, because a lot of times I do it on purpose, because I want to make, shit, I'm too far to the left still. We're actually, I don't know, it might be all right there. I intentionally, yeah, I'm perfect right there, okay. I intentionally want it where I don't have to worry about if I'm going to hit something in the spot next to me. Much rather just, go ahead and do the pull-up if that's what I know is going to ensure that the trailer is going to come in here at the right angle. This kind of angle, not good. This kind of angle is better. And then perfect, of course, you're not going to hit anything. Alright, let me go ahead and get checked in here, and we'll dock. It's it's 10:06 right now, so alright, and there's a taco truck down there too. So that's what I'm gonna go look. Yeah, have me some chorizo and egg burrito here in a second, I think. If I can get there fast enough. Alright guys, we're done loading here. It's 11:20, and so it didn't take long at all. I was barely even let's see if I can. I want to keep my trailer doors away from that guy over there on the blind side. Alright, yeah, we're good. Still need to close my doors and put the seal on. I'll take care of that in a second here. I don't know what Pride is doing. I don't know if he's if he's getting ready to, if he was waiting for my door or something else. So we're getting down here a little bit further out of the way, just in case. And okay, get this on and we'll be out of here. Alright guys, ready to roll here. First things first, because it is a heavy load of health drinks, or whatever you want to call them. You know, I forget what the label, what the brand names are and stuff, but because I don't drink the stuff, so I'm familiar. I don't know if it's Naked or other stuff. I can't remember, but all right. It is a heavy load, as usually any kind of beverage type of load normally is going to be. So I definitely want to scale it. It's 43,000 pound load, so I'm expecting I'm going to be around 77, 78,000 pounds. Somewhere in that ballpark. I don't tend to have any problems with the load need to get reworked here, but I don't know if other drivers have the same experiences. So there is that. And there's a Catskill just a short distance from here, so there's no reason not to get it to scale it on the way out of here. See, stop. Oh, okay. Morning.
Thank you. Thank you. You're good to go.
Appreciate it. Have a good day. Alright, so I guess we'll end this. I'll let you know where we're. Oh, I didn't know if he was coming out or not. It's probably that same knucklehead who didn't give me any kind of indication on whether I could, or maybe, I don't know. Thought they had a green light for a second, but. Okay, yeah, so the guy I guess the guy who loaded me, he came out and he had a radio in his hand. Well, my door light stayed red, so I figured he was trying to get someone to turn my door light green or whatever before he was going to remove the lock or whatever. Yeah, for my glad hand. But he never looked at me. I mean, well, he looked at me once or twice, but he didn't really give me any kind of indication, like no thumb up or no verbal, like, hey, you can go ahead and go now, or you can go ahead and check out at the office and leave once you got your paperwork. Because I've also had times there, I thought in the past, where they'll actually want you to just pull forward and they'll seal the trailer themselves before you go get your bills. So I wasn't sure which protocol we were going to follow. So I'm kind of sitting there looking stupid for a few minutes, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Then I wait a minute, we have to be done by now. So I went ahead and got out of my truck. Sure enough, yeah, the glad hand lock was removed, but I had to put my hose back on. And I went to the back, verified my dock, the dock plate was no longer going across. Although that's not always a good indication, because sometimes some shippers, the dock plate will still be going across into your truck or your trailer, whatever. But yeah, because it doesn't have a way to, if it's an older system, it doesn't have a way to self retract, if you will. On newer systems, what will happen is the way they get it to come down is they raise the ramp up. Because there's a ramp that goes that tilts right before it gets to your trailer, and the last part of it extends and retracts. Well, they can raise it up far enough, and then it'll actually retract the dock plate before it comes back down, or as it's coming back. And I'm not stopping on these tracks too fucking bad. We're not going to do this shit again. I just had this issue in Sioux City, Iowa, just recently. Alright. Anyway, let's not prolong this too much. The load is going to Ruther Glen, Virginia. Now, I understand, I guess the locals there prefer that it be called Ruther Glen, but sorry, I'm not a local, and I have reasons why I'm going to pronounce it the way I'm going to pronounce it. That's like trying to, just the same way I would never let someone from Boston tell me how to pronounce the letter R. I'm not going to let someone from, from other parts of the country tell me how to pronounce a city just because they pronounce it a certain way. Like Milan, Missouri versus Milan, Missouri. Locals there call it Milan, but the damn town is named after a freaking city in Italy. Literally, it was the founder of that city named it after the city in Italy. There ain't no damn way I'm gonna be as stupid as all of you guys and pronounce that city the way you guys all pronounce it, just because some moron back in the day decided they wanted to pronounce it some other way. No, I'm trying to sound a little more educated or something, or like you're not that stupid or something. That's just kind of how I am. I'm not trying to offend any of you guys, but you know, you get taken more seriously by people if you talk like you actually know what the hell you're talking about. You know, and I try to back it up by actually knowing what I'm talking about, not just sounding like I do. You know, there are times, yeah, I'll have my head up my ass too, but most of the time, I just, hey, I'll share my experiences, but it might be something, a learning experience for me too. Or I'm going to tell you what I've learned and why I think it's important to know. Anyway, that's the plan. My DM is wanting me to get back to a terminal within the next month to get that stupid snitcher camera system put on. This load would normally be taking I-40 all the way out to I-81. I'm not really sure I want to go that route. The I-81 north and then I-64 east from there to Richmond, and then go north on 95, a short distance from Richmond, and that's where Ruther Glen is. The other option I have is take I-44 up from Oklahoma City, take that all the way out to St. Louis, and then 64 across all the way from there all the way out to Richmond. Then, and then I go right past our Sepulpa terminal if I go that way. Haven't decided yet. I'll figure that one out when I get closer. Otherwise, shit. Alright. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Like I said, we're gonna get on the Catskill, and then I'll semi-load it, and then we'll be out of here, right? Gonna end my day at the house. Yeah. Alright, y'all have a good day. Thanks for hanging out and watching. Hope this wasn't too long a view for too many of you guys. Alright, y'all have a good day. See ya.